You're trying to balance out a person being a sinner versus a person striving. All right. Now, there's sinning willfully. A person that's sinning willfully, look, they're just going to do what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it, where they're going to do it, and they're trying to figure out how can they do more of it. They made up in their mind, I get God one day. One day I'll give the Lord some time, but right now it's my time. I'm going to do it. Straight up sinner. They ain't think about being saved or want to be saved. Person who's striving, and yet they do sin. A sinner is one that commit acts of sin. So here you got now the mind of a sinner starting to change towards God. And when his mind starts to change towards God, his appetite for sin decreases. And his indulgence in sin decreases. He's striving, but it don't change the fact he's still a sinner. But now he's a sinner that's striving to be right. Because a sinner is one that commit acts, A-C-T-S, of sin. But now this sinner is getting a change of mind and a change of heart. And that's what causes sinful deeds to decrease. So he's striving not to sin, and he's striving to please God. Brother, whether you got the Holy Ghost or not, it don't change what the word sinner means. A lot of preachers think a sinner is just one in the world. No, it is not. A sinner is not just one in the world. If a sinner, there's sin, singular, and there's sins, plural. So if we're born with one sin, but then when we learn right for wrong and begin to do more wrong than right, then that sin get an S on it. Sins. Now, a person may say, well, I'm not doing as much sin as I used to. Fine. That proves you're striving. But are you doing some sin? Yeah. Then what are you? You a sinner that's striving to stop sinning. You a sinner that's striving to stop sinning. Perfection means I have mastered the lifestyle of Jesus, and his life and my life are equal. The Bible says in the 17th chapter of Acts that God's going to judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he hath ordained. That means our life got to measure up to his. Because when he judges us, he's going to compare us to his. He's going to compare us to him. You throw him on the scale and you throw us on the scale now, because remember, sin is heavy. Sin bring about weight. And here's Paul talking to the church. He said, let us lay aside every weight of sin. Paul was talking to the church. He's preaching to the church. When Paul preached to the church in Corinth, he laid them out. He laid the brothers out because they was having incest relationship with their mama. He was talking to the church. So, when he going to judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he hath ordained, what man he's ordained? What man did he ordain? His body was the man that was ordained. This is why Jesus taught, get the mote out of your eye before you bother to beam in somebody else's. That's right. That's why I often say nobody in the church can afford to look down on another. So Jesus said this, judge who? He said you judge yourself. You got to sit in judgment on yourself. Never worry about what somebody else is doing. Never worry about where somebody else is weak. Never worry about where somebody else needs improvement. Worry about yourself. Think about yourself. Do you, focus on you, and leave everybody else